by saying my fourth season in the league now, and I don't really stop to think for a second of how I got here, other than the lessons I've learned. And the biggest lesson I've learned is that you got to bring it every day, and that shoots into the rest of your question, meaning that I have to come in every day and earn it to myself and my teammates. Every day I hold the standard of who I want to be as a professional, and that's what I try to meet. And of course, that has to blend in with the team and the coach's expectations of me, but most importantly, it's just meeting my expectations as a pro.
What's the general excitement level around the club, considering the success over the second half of the year, the good young players in place, and knowing that the stadium is around the corner at this point?
I think that's a good wrap-up about kind of where we're at. I would add on to say it's excitement, but it's also with an edge. The last time I was in here was after the final game against Montreal, and I know it's something that resonates with me, and from conversations with the other guys throughout the offseason, it's something that's stuck, and I think it's motivation going forward, because we don't want it to just be a blip of a good run at the end of the year. We want it to be an extension and consistency in the next year.
You get the sense with this group of players that there's potential for a strong core over the course of several years going forward?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt about that. We've got pretty much everything you need for a successful team. And I think the most important thing is getting together and making sure we get on the same page as early as possible with some of the new guys we have coming in, but also continuing some of the successes we had last year going forward. But nothing's guaranteed in this league. We see it year in, year out. Even sometimes from one half season to the next half season, considering Seattle won the MLS Cup from where they were at in July, so you can't take anything for granted. And I think we've got enough experience and youth players that have seen some things throughout their career that we shouldn't make those kind of mistakes. We want to be full throttle ahead.
You mentioned an edge coming into the season. Is that something you feel you guys as a team can maintain throughout the course of the year?
Definitely, and I think it starts with days like today. Is just making sure whatever we're doing out on the field and training is sharp, and making sure that we're ready for the long haul. Because I think a lot of how you build up that momentum comes from the training field, and I think it's just piecing together weeks and weeks of the proper training and the proper levels to make sure that we can sustain throughout the whole year.
Got on the turf here. Yeah. Is that a good thing?
Just one?
A new one.
Yeah, it's great to see Chris signed on through the draft. I played with him for a year in Maryland, and for me personally, I get a lot of pride from seeing Maryland people in the league. It's a place that really defined who I am as a person and as a player, and I think there's guys throughout the league like that. So I've got high hopes for Chris coming in. I think he's going to be a great fit for what we're trying to do, and like I said, it's just great having another Maryland guy around.
He stepped in at center back when he played with you, I believe, but have you seen him play in that right back position? Seen a little bit of what kind of player he was while he was there?
I know Chris well. I've seen him play a lot, and I'm fully confident what he showed at the college level and the combine, which obviously stuck out with our coaches here and growing up in the DC area, that it's going to translate into the pro level. And I'm excited to see him for a whole preseason back up close and personal, and where we go from there.
What do you think of Taylor's call-up?
He had himself quite a last couple months. Married, which I was there at, which was amazing as a friend of Taylor's for a long time, and obviously getting a well-deserved call-up. I couldn't be happier for him, and of course Steve and Bill as well, which obviously in fortunate circumstances that he had to leave, but at the same time to get the recognition, I think it's fantastic for all three, and like I said, well-deserved.